There is no sound on God's green earth more terrifying than your car making a generic clunking noise on the way to work. You know the feeling. Your stomach drops through the floor. Your hands grip the steering wheel like you're trying to strangle it. You stare at the dashboard, praying it's just a sensor glitch. But deep down, you know it's not. It is the check engine light of doom. If you hear that noise and your heart stops because you physically know that you have exactly $4.12 in your bank account, you are living dangerously. You are driving 80 miles per hour down a financial highway that is currently on fire and you are not wearing a seatbelt. In the last episode, we talked about the fortress. We talked about why buying stocks when you're broke is like trying to build a penthouse on a foundation made of wet cardboard. Today, we stop talking. Today, we build the foundation. This is the 0 to 1K sprint. We aren't trying to get rich in this episode. We are trying to stop being terrified of the mailbox. We are hunting down $1,000 in 30 days to build your starter emergency fund. Is it going to be fun? Absolutely not. It's going to suck. Is it necessary so you don't have to call your parents crying because your catalytic converter fell off? Yes. Let's get that bread. First, let's look at the strategy. This comes from the OG himself, Dave Ramsey. In his book, The Total Money Makeover, he calls this baby step 1. I know. You're thinking, but Dave yells at people for buying iced coffee, or Dave hates credit card points. Listen, you can argue with his tone, but you cannot argue with the math. For most people, $1,000 becomes a psychological barrier, the line between an inconvenience and a full-blown financial crisis. Now, I can hear the comments section typing already. Actually, with inflation, $1,000 in 2026 is basically $5. It should be $2,000. You aren't wrong. Technically, many experts would argue you need more, maybe $2,000 or $3,000 to feel truly safe. But if I tell you to save $2,500, you'll quit before you start. $1,000 is achievable. It's fast. It's a quick win. We need momentum more than we need perfect math right now. But here is the mandatory 2026 update. Do not put this money in your regular checking account. If your emergency fund sits next to your debit card, it is not an emergency fund. It is your 3 a.m. Taco Bell fund. You will spend it. You need to open a high-yield savings account, or HYSA. As of 2026, many online banks like SoFi, Vero, or Wealthfront are offering around 4 to 5% APY, depending on market conditions. If your current bank pays you 0.01% interest, that is not a bank. That is a crime scene. They are robbing you in broad daylight. Move your money. It takes 5 minutes on your phone. Do it now. Okay, the account is open. It has $0 in it. Sad. Let's fix that. Day 1 to day 7 is the vampire hunt. We need fast cash, and we are going to find it in the stupidest place possible, your phone. Ramit Sethi, author of I Will Teach You to Be Rich, talks about conscious spending. He loves buying lattes if it brings you joy, but he hates, absolutely hates, mindless spending. And right now, you are bleeding money on things you don't even use. Check your digital leaks. Personal finance surveys consistently find people wasting dozens to hundreds of dollars a month on zombie subscriptions. You know what I'm talking about. Go to your iPhone settings, click Apple ID, click Subscriptions. $10 a month for a mindfulness meditation app you used once in 2023 during a breakup. You have Peacock, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, and HBO, but you only watch TikTok. Kill them. Kill them all. If you miss a show, you can resubscribe later. Right now, that $15 a month is a brick in your fortress. Cancel it. Next, look at your room. Robert Kiyosaki in Rich Dad, Poor Dad defines an asset as something that puts money in your pocket and a liability as something that takes it out. That pile of clothes in the corner, that is a liability. If you haven't worn it in a year, it is not vintage, and it is not a fit check waiting to happen. It is inventory. We are in the golden age of re-commerce. Post it on Depop, post it on Poshmark. If you have old tech gathering dust, an old iPad, a broken controller, throw it on eBay. Here is the hard truth. You were holding on to that hoodie because of the memory of the person you were when you wore it. That person is broke. The new you needs the $40. Sell the hoodie. Weeks 2 and 3 are where it gets sweaty. We have sold the junk. Now we have to stop the bleeding. We're entering monk mode. For 14 days, you buy nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. If it doesn't go in your gas tank or your stomach, you do not buy it. No Uber Eats, no little treats because you had a hard Tuesday, no buying a round of drinks for friends who make twice as much money as you. I can hear you groaning, but narrator, I need my mental health cold brew. It's my only joy. Listen to me closely. Being broke is worse for your mental health than making coffee at home. Do you know what destroys your mental health? Checking your bank account outside the grocery store to see if your card will decline. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, talks about identity. You aren't just saving money, you are becoming the type of person who doesn't need retail therapy to feel okay. We are breaking the dopamine loop. For 2 weeks, you are eating like a ninja turtle who lost his funding. Pasta, rice, beans, maybe a frozen pizza if you're feeling fancy. Your friends are going to ask you to go out to sushi. This is the hardest part. You have to look them in the eye and say the bravest words in the English language. I can't. I'm broke right now. It's not embarrassing, it's strategic. You are suffering now so you can live like a king later. Embrace the suck. If you've cut the subscriptions, sold the hoodie, and eaten the pasta and you're still short, you don't have a spending problem. You have an income problem. You need a side quest. In 2026, the gig economy is a mess, but it pays fast. Avoid the passive income scams. No, you're not going to get rich taking surveys for 12 cents an hour. You need manual labor or specialized skills. DoorDash and Uber can pay fast, but they rack up wear and tear on your car, which is a real cost people forget. If you're driving a beater, that's a risky gamble. Look at apps like Rover or TaskRabbit. Walking someone's crusty, reactive white dog for $20 is dignified work if it keeps you out of credit card debt. Helping someone assemble IKEA furniture is frustrating, but it pays cash. If you're tech-savvy, look into AI data annotation. Companies are desperate for humans to train models. It's boring, clicking on pictures of traffic lights or correcting chatbot grammar for hours, but it pays better than doom scrolling. Your goal is $33 a day. $33 times 30 days is $1,000. That is 1 hour of overtime, 2 sold t-shirts, or 3 skipped fast food meals. You can find $33. I believe in you. When you hit that $1,000 mark, stop. Log into your banking app. Look at those 4 digits. That isn't just money. That is a shield. Morgan Housel wrote a brilliant book called The Psychology of Money. He says that wealth is what you don't see. It's the money you didn't spend. He also talks about the difference between being rational and being reasonable. Mathematically, maybe you should invest that cash, but psychologically, you need to sleep at night. That money buys you the right to breathe. Next time your car makes a weird noise, or your hours get cut, or your landlord raises the rent, you don't have to panic. You don't have to call your mom. You don't have to put it on a credit card at 25% interest. You just transfer the money. Problem solved. You have bought yourself the luxury of sleeping at night. That is the fortress. Now that we have the shield, we need to talk about the weapon. Because playing defense is great, but we want to win the war. In the next episode, we're going to hack the matrix of the American financial system, the credit score. I'm going to show you how I went from a 550 to a 750 without paying a dime in interest to the banks. Comment below. What is the first thing you're selling on Depop to start your fund? If you say, my kidney, I'm calling the police. Hit subscribe. Let's get rich.